Hello, welcome to week 43. I don't know where I'm looking because my camera is a little off center because I didn't feel like taking the case off. So as you know, last week sucked. This week sucked slightly less. I am down 1.4 pounds and down 74.6 pounds overall. So back in the right direction, still not to that lowest ever weight that I saw. I am about 2 pounds away from that lower weight and 2.4 pounds away from the next decade, 2.6 pounds. I always forget that you have to get less than the next decade to like get out of the decade. So anyways, it was a pretty good week. Like I said, I'm down, and that I'm just happy for. Especially considering today I ate all the carbs. I took a half day off work, and here I'm in Virginia, and you have to do like a state inspection. I'm originally from Florida. Like, we did not do all that stuff. I think unless your car was like older than 1976, like you didn't have to do an emissions or any of that kind of stuff. So I did the state inspection today, and that's always like stressful because you never know like what you might need to pass. So they might decide you need new tires. I mean, typically I don't drive until like my tires are bald, but you know, there's things inside that you don't know, like steering wheel fluid and things that I've never heard of. So anyway, I didn't need anything except for a headlight, a brake light, which I already knew was out. So they were able to replace that before actually doing the inspection, which means I passed the first time. And so because of that, I took a half day off of work, and because I wasn't sure when it was going to be ready, and I kind of just needed that half day. I needed something to look forward to. I booked it put in for it like 2 months ago or so because I knew I had to get the inspection by the end of August. And I was able to do a longer yoga class today. What else did I do? I went to the chiropractor. I got a pedicure. What else? I ate all the carbs. I also ate all the carbs. What I did was I went to Chick-fil-A and I got the chicken nuggets, which are like my go-to. And I got their new macaroni and cheese. So on the positive side, it's not good enough where I feel like I would go often. I actually haven't been going to Chick-fil-A that often. Part of it is because I like make all my meals, and because of my work schedule, I actually drive home a little earlier. Like, I usually get home around 4:30 or 5, so that's like a little early for dinner. And I want to do yoga first anyway. So I haven't been going to Chick-fil-A as often as I used to. And then on weekends, because I'm working full-time and not at home, I just end up doing like errands and stuff like that, which you would think would lend itself to going to Chick-fil-A, but I think maybe because it's more crowded on the weekend, I tend not to go. I try to run my errands as like early as possible. Like, I'm at Trader Joe's like when the door opens on the weekends. Usually Sunday is my go-to day. So anyway, the sun's starting to go down. The light is not as good as it was. Anyway, that's all, I guess. I ate all the carbs. So according to MyFitnessPal, I think I'm 20 carbs over. So I had like a total of 60 some carbs, which in a grand scheme of things, I mean, when you think about, like, just take Chick-fil-A, for example. I mean, I used to get, a large peach milkshake, which I think has 100 carbs, and obviously a majority of that is sugar. So to be in around 60 carbs is not like the worst. The funny thing is that I actually hit my protein goal because of those nuggets. I was kind of surprised that I was able to eat everything. It was kind of over a longer period of time. I had about half of it when I got home, and then just kind of picked on it for like the next hour or so. And I didn't dump, which generally for me dumping is sugar. And sometimes too much food, carbs, I don't know. Generally if it's too much food, it's too much carbs. And so I didn't feel like sick or anything. But note to self, that does not mean you can have it all the time. So hopefully next week we'll continue on this train. The other thing that happened since last week is I went to my primary care doctor. I was like so stoked because I haven't gone to him since February. So I've now lost almost 75 pounds. When I last saw him, I was like down like 45 pounds or so. And I was really excited to get off my blood pressure medicine. And guess what? My blood pressure was higher than normal. So he upped my medication. And, you know, he's a thin guy. I'm sure he's never struggled with being overweight or anything his entire life. And he said he takes it. I know that it runs in my family, like whether you're healthy or not. But I was kind of just like looking forward to having like one less thing to think about. He said if it doesn't get lower, I could try and like look at sodium. So I've been starting to look at sodium, but it's just like when you don't eat that much, I mean, you would really have to try hard to get a lot of sodium. And I don't eat things like beef jerky or like high sodium things. So I don't think it's sodium. I think it's probably I have more weight to lose and possibly it's just genetic. But he said even if I did start to look at my sodium, you know, I just might be one of those people that have to take it for the rest of my life. So it's not that big deal. It's actually a really small amount of one pill. I don't remember what it's called. So now instead of 5 milligrams a day, I'm taking like 1.5, so 7.5 milligrams of whatever this thing is. And it's not that much. So, it should make it go up. But, I mean, a doctor's office is always, like, the worst place to get your blood pressure taken. It's getting so dark now. Maybe I can lighten this in iMovie or something. But anyway, because when I'm at home, I use, like, one of those little, like, wrist ones. And I don't know how accurate it is, but, like, he says he uses a wrist one at home. But anyway, like, at home, like, when I got home from the doctor's office, I think I might have already done yoga. Like, instead of being, like, 160/90, which is, like, about what it was at the doctor's office, like, at home, it's, like, 112/70, which is normal. Might even be low. I don't even know. And my pulse was fine, too, for whatever that means. Anyway. It's just a part of life. Another thing, I mean, generally your blood pressure gets better, but one thing to be aware of if you're just now starting this journey is a lot of people's cholesterol goes up. I don't know what that's about, if it's about like your body being rerouted basically, and how it processes things. But people's cholesterol tend to go up. Mine has gone down, but is, I think, in the higher range of the okay range. But it has gone down like majorly, especially since like my largest, which was, gosh, like right before I got lap band. That was like 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago in May 2009. Yeah, then it was like around 300. And now like it's in the low 200s. I think it's still in the normal range. I'm not totally sure. I just know that they were not concerned about it, so that's fine. If they're not concerned, I'm not concerned. So that's it. Down 1.4 pounds this week, week 43, down 74.6 pounds overall. Hopefully next time I see you, I'll be down at least 75. I hate having to work toward the number I've already seen before, but I'll do it again. All right, thanks, bye.